Hey everyone! Thanks for stopping by the Standards Weekly Check-In. I'm Colin. Behind the camera we got Christian.
Greetings.
Today we're going to be flipping through some new arrivals, looking at some recently priced records, getting into some staff picks, and addressing the old questions left in last week's YouTube comments at the end. As always, you see anything you like, give the shop a ring, hit the DMs on Instagram, or just cruise in. We're open 11 to 8, 7 days a week. Without further ado, let's get into some staff picks. What you been listening to, Christian?
I've been enjoying this band for a while. They're called Sniffin' the Tears. It all started because the band name was like kind of irritating and seemed a little dumb. But then I'm like, it's like you guys almost had a good band name. I don't know why. And then I read about it, and apparently like the guy was just going to be called The Tears, which actually I think would have worked. Although there's probably some
probably like 20 bands called.
There's probably 20 bands called that. I can imagine some like Motown group called The Tears.
Every other doo-wop group.
Yeah, very much a doo-wop group. But then the guy had hay fever and he sneezed, and his manager was like, "You should be called Sniffin' the Tears." So all-time best manager ever. How about that? But this has a track on it called Driver's Seat. Really good track. It's on some recent like car commercial thing or whatever, which it just seems like a no-brainer. And it's a good track, and the rest of the album holds up pretty well. The guy has this almost like an artificially forced scratchy voice that he does. Aged to perfection. Yeah, because he's a young, thin-looking guy. He doesn't look like his voice sounds. But it's actually pretty interesting. All songs of like, betrayal and love, as the cover suggests. And he's also a painter. He paints all the covers of all these Sniffin' the Tears albums. They're actually really beautiful album covers. And good album. Pretty solid. Yeah,
I think that's probably more words on Sniffin' the Tears than has been spilled ever.
Yeah.
I got a nice chunk here. I'm not gonna. Don't worry. I'm not gonna get into all this. We did get a really good batch of Latin records, mostly of the Fania and Via variety. Great salsa out of New York City in the '70s. Killer stuff. I'm not gonna take. I just want to kind of show off here, draw special attention because there's no real duds in here, and they're pretty clean. The vinyl, at least. Particularly for the condition you usually see these records in. So if you're a fan of this music, and I always say, you can't be in a bad mood when this stuff's playing. Throw this on, it's a good time. We have a lot of good time to share. So yeah, come down and get some good hits. All right, let's flip through some records, huh?
Okay. What's the upper age limit of the elder millennials?
It's fucked up. It's like 81. I think, for millennials. Yeah. Someone coined the term the Spice Girls generation, and if anything ever spoke to me, it's that. I think that was like, to be a teenage, if your high school years were 96 to 00, that's a very specific delineation. And I think it's like, younger Gen Xers will probably have a similar experience where it's like you had a foot in you were like thoroughly, fully immersed in a pre-internet world without any idea that the internet was coming. And then the internet comes, and then you slowly adapt to it. But it didn't hit you so fast and hard that like you got sucked into QAnon, you got fired from your job because of things you said on Facebook.
Yeah.
It didn't blast you in the face like that, like some of the older folks. It's a very specific experience, I think, being kind of like between gens like that. Because I wasn't raised on the internet.
No.
A lot of going outside. I can relate to like Martin Scorsese stories. Like you go outside and you just talk to the local butcher and you get some food. Like I was thinking, listen to this dumb story. I was
Scorsese story.
No, this is a me actual human being telling a story without a shade of irony or cynicism.
Yeah.
This just occurred to me today. This buried memories. My friends would on our way back from Del Dios Middle School. We would hit Peterson's Donuts. It was like on our route. And then my buddies juked some fucking system with them where you would pick up a thing of trash. You'd be like, hey, I got like 5 pieces of trash from your parking lot. Can I have a free donut? And they would say, yeah, here's a donut. And that is the quaintest shit ever.
Yeah.
That is like high grade, uncut, fucking pure quaint.
That is very quaint.
I lived that. I don't know when that gets cut off exactly, but that's some shit your grandpa would tell you happened to them.
How old were you?
Like in 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like that was happening, and then like, oh, who's this band, The Offspring?
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain just died. Let's go fucking get some free donuts from the donut place.
Yeah.
Good deal for the donut place, by the way, because, like, you know, those things don't cost them much.
No, I'm sure he's just like, well, I'm gonna throw this fucking donut away. I'll give him the least popular, this unglazed twist.
Yeah, but if you're in 6th grade, you don't understand those economics.
Were you able to pick any donut you wanted, or he would just be like,
you know, some of the details are
one that's
hazy.
In the pocket of his apron and its own thumbprints in it.
I mean, you know, who could complain?
Yeah, for sure, that's a great deal. I did sweep up the shop of a go-kart place. And I was allowed to drive go-karts.
Again.
I think I only did that once or twice.
As a kid, you see that
and
as
it was
like...
on a Navy base. I know.
You see that as like the biggest score in the world.
Yeah.
As an adult with an iota of understanding of finance, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I was doing... That's a fucking score for them.
Yeah.
You find some dumb kid to come along. Gee, mister!
Yeah. Would you allow that? What if some Gen Zer came in here and like, can I get some free dollars?
No! Go away! First of all, the records have fucking values. Like if I ran a movie theater, for sure, yeah, go watch an extra fucking movie. It's playing anyways.
What about this Linda Ronstadt?
Pay me $1 for that. YouTube questions. This is the part of the video where we answer your questions left on last week's YouTube comment section. Leading off, Muscalure is saying that he has T-Rex Slider in his top 10. Are you a T-Rexican, Christian?
Yes. Not all the albums, of course, just the two that everybody likes, Electric Warrior and Slider. Is there more T-Rex I should be listening to?
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah, like what?
Well, you don't listen to like the early Tyrannosaurus Rex stuff?
No, I haven't.
Huh? You ever give that stuff a chance?
No, I never owned a record store before, so.
It's very like just bongos and acoustic guitars, but.
Oh yeah, let me add it.
Yeah, it's great. So it's fanciful. It's fanciful.
Yeah,
music.
I probably like it. Yeah, you know, he's a talented man.
Yeah,
sure.
That goes back to the '60s, and then like previously in life, I have said that I've never been bothered by a T-Rex fan. I think if you have T-Rex as like you're a Bolin stan, you're probably good people.
Yeah.
Every other subcategory and fandom has its annoying people. T-Rex fans never been bothered by you. Always been on point. Great fandom. Great sitting in culture. You know, it's like Mark Bolan's a musical genius, obviously. Like, but I don't think he has that like weirdly annoying, like legendary. Like it's not shoved down your throat. You come to T-Rex, you get quality music.
Yeah.
And you get to take it at your own pace. Electric War, you'll hear Bang a Gong a lot. Are you mad about that? No, it's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a non-annoying classic rock staple.
Yeah. How
many of those are there? Everyone should like T-Rex more.
Yeah.
Even if they're your favorite band. Like them more.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
I like. I'm a big fan of Zinc Alloy, but that record like really put me on to how much I enjoy like kind of like soulful diva backup vocals in the context of a rock album, like cooler rock group that had the idea to have big, loud backup vocals. Even Bowie had them, of course.
Yeah.
I think they owe a little bit to Zinc Alloy. Underappreciated T-Rex record. Okay, and Buenos Yargas asks, is Beatdown making a comeback? And I don't know. I don't think a lot of people know this about me. I don't know if I put this out there. I really like really heavy, aggressive, dumb hardcore. Like, I guess Beatdown. Like, I'll broaden the scope of Beatdown. I've been like corrected on my. Oh, these guys like Beatdown hardcore, like so and so. That's not real Beatdown. That's not real Beatdown. People will love to tell you that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
What is Beatdown?
I would describe it as heavier, like to a layman, of which I'm speaking.
Heavier than normal hardcore.
Yes, okay. But with an emphasis on sort of like groove, if you will. The premise being that it's like, it has its parts that you would dance especially violent to, without really like the fast parts. Okay. So it's hardcore that isn't fast and is very heavy.
Oh, okay.
And probably like the absolute like apex predator in that very niche genre for years running now is Bulldoze. They put out some records in '94 that, in my opinion, just kind of changed the game. Maybe something I can nod my head to, and I'm into it. And so I'm a simple man like that. And I know there's like it's like kind of naughty music. There's all these, violence and gangs and stuff, or posturing at least thereof. I don't know. I just really like the records, and I think it's a part of the reason I like it is that it's kind of a slow and steady through line throughout like hardcore the past 30-ish years is been this kind of music. Like there's always a couple really good bands. So to the question, is it back? I would argue, of course, that it has never left. Like 10 years ago, I think there was a bit of a bump with like in Southern California, especially with like Soul Search, and I would say like Xibalba, or again, this is just heavier music, not really like beat down proper, but just heavier hardcore music. Laid to Rest a couple of years back put out like one of my, like they were on my end of the year best of list with their demo, and like one of the possibly my favorite American hardcore band right now is 3 Knee Deep. You think it's like how far can it go, and then there it is. Of course, you know, shout out World of Pain, locals who have just like had a great run, put out a lot of really good albums that are worth listening to kind of forever. And yeah, it's a genre I'm here for. I'm happy in hardcore to see this. Again, a lot of things leave, they come back, they come, they go. Beatdown is a through line. There's always a couple really good bands. So yeah, hopefully more of that. But you know, again, can't stress enough. Bulldoze 94. With that said, I'm gonna peace out. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any questions you would like to see answered in next week's video, leave a comment in the YouTube section and I will get to it next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace. That's not real Beatdown.